All right, we are back with part two. So with part two, we're gonna go over the mapping. So mapping is really critical in order to get the correct symmetry for your eyebrow application or waxing, right? So we're gonna go ahead, I ordered some items, okay? So I have here my mapping guideline here. It's like a sticker that you can place on the forehead. It'll give you the exact alignment and measurements that you need in order to have everything symmetrically ready. I also have here a measuring tool to be able to measure, make sure everything is aligned just as needed for exact symmetry. And I also ordered here the eyebrow mapping string, and I also have my eyebrow gel pen for outlining, okay? So today is gonna be super quick. We're just gonna go over eyebrow mapping. Now they have two different shades, so you could have eyebrow threading in color white, and they also offer it in color, I believe, black, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with the video. So we're gonna go ahead and start in the center. So I'm gonna go ahead, I may have to turn, I have to focus, I have to have my focus in front of me because I have to be able to see what I'm doing, and then I'll turn and I'll show you what I'm doing at the same time. So hopefully that'll be helpful. So I'm gonna go ahead and start at the center, right? So at the center here, okay? So we wanna start at the center. You can see that line right there in the center. That's where our nose connects, so straight up. And then we're gonna go in our nasals. So right here, all right, and then I'm gonna go on the other side as well. All right, so now that we've got our 3 lines, right? You see the 3 lines. We're gonna go ahead and do our horizontal, well, actually before we do the horizontal, we're gonna go in and get our arches and then our tails. So the arch is lined up to the pupil. All right, so you got 1 line there, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side here. All right, so I got my line there, and then we're gonna go in with the tail. So the tail is gonna be like your nostril opening all the way to the end of your eyebrow. Okay, got my tail. Sometimes you gotta go over it a little bit to make sure you get that line perfect. All right, so now we've got those lines in, and we're gonna go in with the other lines. So these lines in particular will be the measurement of the bottom of your eyebrow. So we're gonna go across, straight across. Okay, we're gonna get the bottom of our eyebrow, okay? And that's for the very beginning, the opening of your eyebrow, okay? So we've got that down, and if I need more mapping string, I could always grab more, which it looks like I do need some. So I'm gonna grab some more. So I wanna make sure the lines are crisp and I can see what I'm doing in order to have the finalized measurements. Okay, so I'm gonna go in. We're gonna go straight across. All right, so we've got that line right there at the center, at the bottom. Then we're gonna go in at the very top of the eyebrow, and that's literally the very beginning of the brow, okay? You see that? All right, so now we're gonna go at the arch, right? So we're gonna go at the arch, so the highest point of your eyebrows. So I'm gonna do it on one side, all right? And then I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Now, the reason why I did it on one side first is because I wanna make sure the other side measures the same. So we've got that down. So you wanna measure that from your arch to the center, and then you do on the other side, right? So it matches your center focal point. Okay, cool. So now that we have that done, I wanna still be able to make sure that I have my everything ready to connect, right? So I'm gonna go in with my front base to my arch. Okay, Now that I have that down, I want to be able to go straight across. So I have now the base of my eyebrow to my arch. Now I'm going to go straight across because I want to make sure that measures and aligns up to the other eyebrow. So I'm going to take that line, I'm going to make another line from the bottom of the arch, right? And I'm going to go straight across. So I want to make sure it's defined of the same width, okay? So now that I've got my line across, you're gonna see another white line across. We're gonna go ahead and connect that together. So the bottom to my arch. All right, so cool. So we've got that down. Now we're gonna go ahead and connect the top. All right, so that'll be your secondary line to your arch. I'm gonna do that on both sides, and we already know they're symmetrical because we made sure we aligned from this arch to the center and then align that center focal point to the other side of the arch. All right, so now we're gonna connect on the other side. All right, that secondary line to our arch. Okay, so now that we've completed that part, now we can go in and we can connect our tails. So for our tails, we're gonna go ahead and just connect our arch line to our tail line. And keep in mind, it might be a little bit hard to see. If that's the case, you might need to grab some more string, and that is okay. It happens depending on how long the string is that you pulled out. All right, so I got another string so y'all can really see that pigment and what I'm doing. Right. Okay, so we've got one eyebrow defined. Let's go on the other side. I want to make sure that I have this pigment so y'all can see. So you see the outline of that eyebrow, and then we're going to do this side. So I'm going from my arch to my tail on the other side, on the opposite side. And then I'm going to go in with the arch to the tail again on the bottom side. All right, so what I can do just to make sure and double check everything's okay is to measure. Make sure everything is measured in the line just as I estimated here with my focal point. Right. Okay, so I'm measuring now. So we're about there. Okay, so let me take a look on this side. All right. Yes, so that's perfect. I want to double check not only the inner eyebrow, but I want to check the arch area to make sure that's also aligned. Okay. All right, we're good. So everything is aligned perfectly. So it does take practice. You can watch this video over and over again until you get the gist of it. You definitely have to keep watching it over and over again before you can get it down and you can start, mapping everything out. What I'll do next is I'm gonna grab a wipe. And what I'm gonna do is kind of just remove that extra lines around the area because I want you guys to see the eyebrow shape I made. Now, if you find yourself having a hard time still seeing, that's what the white gel pen is for. I'm just removing this extra lines here. And you can watch this video as many times as you need in order to get it down. Okay. I think the thing that really helped me is just being able to know where my focal point is and making sure that alignment is on both sides, starting on one half and then moving to the other side. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of outlining the line I just made, right? So y'all can kind of see what I did just now. And I literally just waxed my own eyebrows recently, this week. So you're gonna see You're gonna be able to see here how I did on my waxing, y'all. All right. Well, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this center area. I don't need this anymore. Okay. And keep in mind I was wearing makeup, so it is gonna look a little different once I remove some of this here. But y'all can definitely tell the shape is there. I'm really happy with it. It does take some practice. Y'all just take your time. Make sure y'all are able to like go back and watch the video over and over and over again until you get it down. The reason why this is so important is that way if you want to do like other services of eyebrows, right? There's other services of eyebrows, right? Not only just for makeup artists. There's also like eyebrow tinting. Even like if you're looking into doing permanent makeup, right? You can do that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off because I'm looking silly. But the outline is amazing, and you could tell symmetrically that my eyebrow is within its limits for the eyebrow mapping. So I did really good on my waxing, y'all. I did really, really good. All right, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna remove this here so I can get started on teaching y'all the makeup lesson. I know some of y'all have been asking and waiting, and really excited to learn a little bit about eyebrow application as far as makeup, and I have some really great items here to teach y'all in application. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, and we're gonna go to section 3, okay? We'll see you soon.